Hi, I'm Steve Richardson and welcome to my latest video. If you want to reach peak efficiency and get the most done in the course of your workday, get the most juice from the squeeze, then you need to be strategic about how you plan your day. You have to look realistically at what's most important and how much time you have to get things done. Now, one way to look at that is the jar metaphor. Let's say your work day is a big jar, all right, and you want to fill it as efficiently as you can, but you want to fill it with tasks in the right order. And your tasks really come in four categories: rocks, pebbles, sand, and water. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, the rocks are your biggest projects, biggest tasks, things that you have to get done today that have the highest priority, that are the most important and the most urgent. So you get as many rocks into that jar as you can. And when you've gotten as many rocks as you can into that jar, then you start looking at some of the smaller tasks. You look and say, well, there's still room in the jar, a lot of gaps in there. So what do we do next? Well, your next category of tasks are the pebbles. So you pour as many pebbles into the jar. All right, you fill them up and you can't get any more pebbles in there. But there's still some space in that jar. So next comes the sand, and you pour the sand in, and that fills it up to a certain point. And you may think that your day is filled, that there's no more left and no more space left in the jar. But what about water? Try pouring water in the jar. You'll find there's still some room in there. We can get the most in. So when you think about your day in this jar, think first about your rocks and your pebbles. All right. Get those done first. Now, when you block out your day and you figure out how much time it takes you to do those, you may not be able to go beyond that and get to the sand and the water. So start with the rocks and the pebbles. Now, in the course of your day, you may finish a project early and have some time before you go on to the next one. Let's say you think it's going to take you an hour in your day to complete a task, one of your rocks or your pebbles, but it only takes about 55 minutes. So you got about 5-10 minutes left before you start working on that next rock or pebble. So what I recommend you do is you take your tasks that are sand or water and you make a list on your to-do list. You can create a list, a separate list of tasks, whether you're using Microsoft Outlook, which uses basically Microsoft To Do. If you're on the Mac, there's reminders. There's also different task managers that basically allow you to create task lists. Well, create a list type in your task manager called Rocks and Pebbles. And put those little things in there. Things you've been meaning to get to, you want to get done, but they're not that urgent and are not that important. You'll get to them when you can. So that when you get to the end of working on that rock or that pebble, and you have about 5 minutes left, look at your sand and water list. Maybe you can knock out one or two of those before the top of the hour and you go on to your next big task. It's all about filling in the small gaps of time that might otherwise be wasted. Now, you might want to take a 5-minute break, get up, stretch your legs. There are different things that you can do during those small gaps of time. But if you're looking for the maximum efficiency, think about it that way: your rocks and pebbles and your sand and water. And that'll get you through your day. So if you're looking to get, like I said, the most juice from the squeeze, to get the most out of your day, figure out your most urgent, most important tasks, list those first, block out an appropriate amount of time on your calendar to make sure that you have enough time to do those tasks in the course of the day realistically. And then if you have some extra time and you want to keep going, you don't want to stretch your legs, get a cup of coffee, take a break for a minute, and you want to knock out a couple other things, go to that sand and pebble list, sand and water list on your task manager and knock out a few of those. And I think you'll find by the time you get to the end of the day, you'll look back and see, wow, I got a lot done. So I hope you got something useful and actionable out of this video. If you've been enjoying my videos, I try to release them once a week. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, even better, that bell icon that'll give you notifications whenever I upload a new video. And that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.